Here we are, episode 4, Marc podcast, man. I got a very special guest, man. This guy's I've been checking out his Instagram. I'm like, man, this guy's very known. He's a lot of things. He's a DJ. He's a bouncer. DJ Pablo
Maccabee.
Welcome to the podcast, man.
It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure.
Man, thank you so much for coming in. I know you're very busy, and I really appreciate it, man.
No, we got to make time. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So I always like to do the intro of how me and my guests met. So I know I met you through my wife.
Yeah.
You guys work at the same building.
Yeah.
And I know you did a podcast before. She was telling me.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I would love to have him on the guest. She was like, oh yeah, he does podcasting. He does DJing. And I'm like, oh man, he sounds interesting. I'm like, and she was like, oh, he's part Cuban and part Jamaican. I'm like, what? That's an interesting mix.
That's pretty funny. You know what? I do a lot. So I do, our podcast is called 25-8 The Culture. You know, it's with me, with Big Money Boy Lance and D-Wise. Also, I'm a bouncer too. You know, I've been known in the bouncing community for a long time, since 2006. Mm-hmm. And we're also working on a documentary too. So, the documentary is called Respect the Bouncer. So, it's gonna be pretty intense, man. People's gonna see this Miami scene, how we been doing this since 2006, and how crazy things could get, and and what we go through.
Oh man!
And then the whole Cuban Jamaican thing. So a lot of people do ask me what my nationality is because they hear a little accent or whatever. So from my father's side, they're Jamaican. I mean, they're Cuban, and then from my mother's side, they're Jamaican. And, it's the West Indies, and it's very mixed. So that's where I get my mix from. You feel me?
Okay.
And also, that Dade County. You feel me? That 305 till we die.
Man, that's so you got the best of both worlds when it comes to being part Cuban, part Jamaican.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that, bro, is the food.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Oh, man.
Yo, one thing about Jamaicans, like, when we cook, we put a lot of seasoning. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like, we have ackee and sawfish, oxtail, jerk chicken. And, when we cook, the onion, thyme, scallion, dump, like, we don't play, man. And also, too, on the Cuban side, all that seasoning and stuff, the same thing, man. You feel me? My Spanish is not that great, but when it comes to a menu, I definitely know how to order, let me get the vaca frita, the yuca, the this, the that, or whatever. So, shout out to all my Cubans out there. Que hola?
Man, I mess with the Jamaican food, man. My favorite dish, personally, I like that curry goat.
Oh, hell yeah.
With the rice and peas, with the cabbage.
Yeah,
bruh. It's the best, man.
So I love curry goat, curry lamb. Curry just in general because also, I'm West Indian. So, I'm also Indian as well, from the West Indies. So, curry is just one of my favorite dishes, like just period, man. It's just, it's good. Jamaican people, we cook good, man. I gotta let it down. Not saying that nobody else cooks good because there's other nationalities out there, they know how to throw down, man. Like Haitian people, they got good food. Yeah. You feel me? That piggalies and stuff like that. Nicaraguan people, they got that good food, that fritanga, that gallo pinto and carne asada and stuff like that. Like, so, definitely other nationalities got good food out there. But, Jamaica, we do our thing. You feel me? Especially if we love spice and Scotch bonnet pepper and stuff. Like,
fire, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up. And, bro, what's some good, like, restaurants in Miami as far as Jamaican restaurants?
So I'm gonna keep it 100. You feel me?
Okay.
So when it comes to, eating at a restaurant, like, I'll probably go to a Jamaican restaurant and be like, hey, this is good from this restaurant. Like, the jerk chicken is good here, but maybe everything else is not okay. Or I'll be like, at this place, they make the bombest oxtail. Like, you feel me? Because, like, Jamaican oxtail is more like a brown type of oxtail. And, like, say Cuban oxtail is made differently. You feel me? So, like, I personally prefer Haitian oxtail over even my own nationality oxtail. And, like, I keep it, like, 100. Like, if somebody else's food is better, or their music I think is better or whatever, like, just keep it 100. A lot of people like to stick to their nationality. You're like, nah, man, ain't nobody can make no mac and cheese better than Black Americans. You feel me? That's the real mac and cheese. You feel me? Yeah. Or like, you gotta keep it 100. Like, you feel me? So, I mean, if you in the Southwest area, I recommend Banana Hut. They got some really good, like, jerk chicken. You feel me? And they got jerk pork. I don't mess with pork. You feel me? You know, we fire bun the swine over here.
Same here.
You feel me?
I don't do the pork.
But if you do eat pork and that's how you rocking, you feel me? Like, yo, they make it pretty authentic over there. Because, you know, sometimes you eat at a restaurant and it's not authentic, or, you know, like I'll be mad as hell. Like, you know, people will be at school and they be like, yo, I had a Jamaican patty. I'm like, that ain't no real Jamaican patty. Like, yo, man, like that's an insult.
Right.
You know, because as soon as you tell somebody you're Jamaican, they're like, you're Jamaican? Like, oh, that's so cool. Like, you feel me? And I'm like, yeah, I've had Jamaican patties. I'm like, that's not damn Jamaican patty. So, you know, so, you know, so that's one place I'll recommend in the Southwest area. Northwest area, let me see. Man, there's this one guy called Dub and Grub. It's vegan style. So, yo, to all my vegans out there,
okay.
You feel me? They make that vegan style, some real good curry and jerk and stuff like that. So, Dub and Grub in the Northwest area.
Wow, never heard of vegan Jamaican food.
Well, you know, if you're into like the whole Rasta culture, you know, Rastas they eat a style called Ital. So, you know, they say Ital is vital because they follow a dietary law that they feel like they're not supposed to eat meat and stuff like that because, you know, meat and stuff are like unclean animals and stuff like that based on some, you know, biblical stuff, you know?
Is this from like the Old Testament biblical or?
Yeah, like the Old Testament and stuff like that. Okay. I mean, they don't believe like it's Old Testament. They believe it's a dietary law that's still supposed to be followed and stuff like that. You know, shout out to Rastafari Selassie I.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy because I'm Christian and I believe in that in that diet. So that's why I don't eat pork. It's not because I'm trying to be healthy. It's literally I follow that.
No, you know, like you know, I've been around a lot of people and say the Rasta culture, the Hebrew Israelite culture, and Islam and stuff like that. And I respect them because they follow a law, you know, for their bodies to run its proper function. You feel me? Yeah. So it's like when you eat garbage, drinking soda and stuff like that, your body's not gonna function properly. You feel me? So it's like I respect their religion because I'm like, man, I drink soda and I realize it's not, you know, healthy for my body. You feel me?
Yeah.
But obviously, when you follow the dietary law, you know, fruits and vegetables, and that the herbs are the healing of the nation, you're gonna receive the benefits of that, you know. So that's why I respect, you know, people that do follow dietary laws and stuff like that. You feel me? A lot of people don't know, you know, I studied a lot of religion and stuff like that. You know, some people just see the tattoos and that I'm a DJ and that I'm out there and just wilding out, but pretty knowledgeable about, you know, some you know, religious stuff. You feel me?
Okay, and what type of religious things or type of religions you've studied?
So, you know, growing up, you know, just being a regular kid. And then you also, you know, growing up in Miami, being around, you know, different, you know, Christian people that are into Santeria, being around people that are, since I'm Jamaican, into the Rastafarian culture. And then later on getting into a little bit of the Hebrew Israelite movement. Not the crazy people in New York that be cursing out people and calling people Edomites.
They got them here too.
Nah, I see them. Not them crazy people. You feel me? But you know, like the real Hebrew Israelites, you feel me? So, you know, I study a lot. You know, I'm also, you know, Jewish and stuff like that. So my mix is, you know, people always joke around with me like, yo, I have no idea what race he is, what religion I am. You know, I celebrate pretty much every holiday. You feel me? So it's like, yo, I see him on Rosh Hashanah. he was out there with the trumpet. You feel me? I seen him on Yom Kippur, Hanukkah, this and that. You feel me? Feast of festivals. Like, you know, I pretty much be out here celebrating everything to keep it on 100. You feel me?
Okay.
I just like to celebrate life.
Right.
You feel me? Like, yo, you just never know when is your last day here on this earth. And like, yo, life gets so busy. That's why I do so much. You feel me? Like, I'm literally nonstop. Like, my whole thing, 25/8, is like, yo, 25/8, like, we're not stopping. There's more than 24 hours in a day. Like, we're just going to keep moving. You feel me?
And that's a successful mindset, man, that you have, man. Like, I see you doing big things, which you're already doing big things.
Yeah.
So that's what's dope, man. And speaking of success, man, let's jump into the I guess the club, like the bouncer. How did you get into that? Like, is your profession is like security or like how did that
so
come
I'm gonna
about?
tell you how I really got into the whole bouncing thing. So I think I was 19 years old, right? I was working at Carnival Cruise Line in the documents department, right?
Okay.
which I'm gonna call a white collar sweatshop. You feel me? Because it's like,
I
yo,
don't know about that.
these companies want you to, wear a tie, shirt tucked in, this and that, get your clothes dry clean, but they want to pay you $10 an hour. You
True.
feel me? So you 19, you're just trying to figure out your life and stuff like that, and you're like, yo, I need more money. If I need to live a certain lifestyle, you feel me? You gotta afford an apartment, you gotta afford rent. So I'm like, 19-year-old me was like, yo, I need more money. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna have to get a second job. Like, that's reality, you feel me?
Yeah.
And then, one of my boys at the time, he was just like, yeah, I get you a job at the club as a bouncer. First of all, I'm only 5'9". I'm not no big dude. You feel me?
Yeah.
And the people that work in the club, they're like 6'2", 6'3". They're in the 300-pound club. You feel me?
Huge.
Yeah. So I'm not even a big person. So it's like, my dog was like, yo, you need a job? I got you a job. I'm like, bro, stop playing with me. You feel me? So literally that same weekend, I got a job working in the club as a bouncer. And this is probably 2006 or maybe 2007. Yo, I'm really bad with dates and times. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna let you know, man. On my first night working, I probably made like $300 in tips, which I was like, yo, super excited. But also the first night that I worked, there was a shooting in the parking lot, and me and one of the other bouncers were just ducking behind the car until these two dudes were just shooting at each other. Nobody died or whatever. And then
let me guess, it's Northwest.
Yeah, this is in Miami. This club, I don't want to mention club names just because legal issues and stuff like that. These two dudes are shooting at each other in the car and whatever. After they finish shooting, me and him is like, all right, see you tomorrow. And I realized then, like, instead of me saying like, yo, this is not the job for me, like, oh, I'm about to get hit by a bullet. Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
I was just like, all right, I'll be back tomorrow. And I kind of realized then, like, I was kind of crazy. You feel me? And it takes, like, like somebody else, like if you want to go work somewhere and you be like, oh, the store got robbed, it's in a bad area, you need to leave that job and find another job. Like, this is a very dangerous job. Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
But it didn't register to me then. Yeah. It registered me now. But like, I'm just like, yo, I'm built for this. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I just think like, yo, if I could go back, I would have went a whole nother route. You feel me? Because like, working in the club is like being in the streets. You feel me? Even though to you it's just like a regular job, like, oh, like this is just a job. I'm here. I get paid, whatever. But to the streets, it's something else. It's like, oh, this is where they do drugs or party or whatever. But if I could go back, I would never do his life. Yeah. You feel me? But yo, now I'm like, now I'm like, 15 plus years in the game. So that's how it started.
Nice. Wow, so the first day is a shootout, huh? Just pop, 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 pop.
Yo, 100.
And I'm assuming it's like, what, 1, 2 in the morning? So it's dark out there.
This is probably at 5 a.m. Because
5 a.m.
Miami don't stop.
That is true.
That's now true. Clubs are closing at 3 a.m. because of the pandemic. Yeah. But yo, this is 5 a.m. So, and like, yo, when I look back, I was only a kid. Like, you look at somebody 19 years old, like, you don't know nothing about life yet. You feel me? Yeah. You think you know everything. And I think at that time I thought I was not bad, but like, you feel me? Like, I felt like I was a tough guy. You feel me?
Yeah.
But like, I also do remember when I got into the huddle and I was looking around, I'm like, damn, this guy's 6'3", this guy's 6'4". Like, these are NFL players right here. You feel me? And a lot of them were, guys that went to college and didn't make it, and then they come back home and they just have a job as a bouncer. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I'm only 5'9", maybe 200 pounds at the time. Like, you feel me? So definitely, I was like, yo, I'm a small dude, but I made my name in this industry. People do know who I am, and sometimes like I'll hear somebody say my name and they'll be like, yo, that's him? Like, yo, like he's only 5'9". Like, you feel me? But it's like, I've been in so many altercations that I've never backed down from nobody a day in my life.
Wow.
And like, you can only imagine, like, I've been in more altercations in one night than people have been in their whole entire lives, because like, yo, it's like, you're getting called to the BS.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that guy just slapped his girlfriend. Like, oh, let's go handle that.
Dang.
Yeah, you can't be slapping your girlfriend in front of people. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, you feel me? Like, at least do it home. Right? You feel me? Like, and also too, like, back then things were, more crazy. You had a lot of gangs and stuff like that. So imagine, like, you got a gang from Hialeah, then a gang from Homestead. They go to the same club and they go, party. Then somebody steps on somebody's shoe, or they're easting them, you know?
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden it's like, oh man, now the whole club gets shot up. And it's like, who's there? The bouncer.
Dang.
You know, so.
Wow. I didn't think it was that bad, but yeah, it's pretty okay.
Nah, man, it could get real tough.
Yeah. Man. Wow. Well, I mean, I was gonna ask you some questions, but you
Oh man,
you got through it.
I got stories for days.
Yeah. Okay. So what was one of the craziest altercations as far as like hand to hand, like, you know?
I mean, I'm gonna give you
or
one.
Just one of them.
I'll give you one with like a little bit of humor. So, there was this club in South Miami that we were working at. Fight breaks out in the VIP. You know, a bottle start flying. Yo, you want to duck when a bottle start flying. You feel me? When you see a Grey Goose bottle flying, you like,
especially Patron one.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So you definitely got to duck. So one of the dudes got stabbed, right? And I'm like, yo, do you need medical attention? Like, I'll go ahead and, you know, call the ambulance so they could, you know, help you out. He's like, nah, man, I'm on parole. And he was just limping away. Like, you feel me? Like, nah, I can't. You feel me?
Dang.
So I'm like, it's like, yo, are people coming out? They got ankle monitors on. I'm like, yo, you ain't supposed to even be here right now. Like, half the time, them things don't even work. Like, you know? So just like funny stuff. But, you know, there's been so many altercations, like fights every night. Like I tell you, like from whether it's a high-end club or it's you know, the hood. Cause I worked them all, man. From the gutter hood. Like people be like, you work there? Hell nah. Like, you know, I remember one time I pulled up to one of my friend's clubs, right? That he was working. I wasn't working that night. I'm like, yeah, I'm pulling up to so-and-so. I'm in your neighborhood. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And then he was like, you going where? Nah, man, don't pull up there. You ain't gonna make it out. I'm like, man, like my dog worked there. Like we good. Like, you feel me? It's like, nah, bro, I'm telling you. You know, but that was from Brown Sub. You feel me? So it's like, Subs. You know, so it's like for him to be like, nah, dog, don't go. Like,
wow.
I'm like, he was really concerned about my life.
Yeah.
Like, you
wow.
know? But you know, the club is, you know, it's pretty crazy, but also could be fun too. You feel me? You build family or relationships with people there. Mm-hmm. You know, so you know, like this documentary that we got coming out called Respect the Bouncer. Is me and my homeboys that we had a friendship for over 15 years and a work relationship over 15 years. Cause it's like once you get into a fight and you see somebody coming to back you up, it's like, man, like that's what's up. That's respect. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yo, there's people in the club, man, as big as cabinets, you know, NFL type people, and they're scared. You feel me? Like, cause they just think like, oh, they're gonna stand there the whole night at a rope and just look at a band. Oh, what's your band? Red? Okay.
Yeah.
Red band? Okay, you're good to go. Okay, red band, you're good to go. But when the fight break out, man, you see our small bouncers that are like, you know, 5 feet tall with the cauliflower ears because they do UFC and they will chop you down. So, you know, you can't always be like, oh, I'm scared of the big, you know, tiny from Friday type of dude, you know, because not every bouncer looks like that. Some of them look like me, just 5'9", but have a big reputation. You feel me?
Wow. Okay. Wow. So from the high end to the gutter, I'm assuming, and I could be wrong. I'm assuming the gutter ones was just the worst. All
right, so this is what I'm gonna tell you the difference between the gutter and the high end. So at the gutter, you know, you have like your gang members, you know, the attitudes from the people. You something, yo, big dog, can you just move out of this way? This is the hallway for people to pass through. I need the hostess to walk this way. No, dog, why you sweating me, bro? Yeah. Like, you feel me? Yeah. They just had that whatever.
Of course.
But a lot of the times they scared to fight too. They haven't had a fight for a long time. Like, you feel me? Yeah. So I remember one time we had an altercation. And then we had to, like, you know, grab this dude. So in front of his friends, he was like, no, what's up? Like, he wanted to fight. But as soon as we got out the exit door, yo, chill. I just can't live like this in front of my dogs. You feel me? You feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know, so sometimes you got to deal with altercations. But personally, I like working the hood clubs because I like the music. You feel me? Yeah. Yo, I like when you're out there, they playing Jeezy, they playing local artists, Iceberg, stuff like that. You feel me? So I like the environment. They're playing that Miami old school juke style and stuff like that. So I personally like the vibe of the hood club. When it comes to the high end clubs, yo, it could be pretty dangerous too because you have people, you know, feeling entitled to not get a pat down, walk through metal detectors, and they're trying to come in with a firearm. Just had one like 2 weeks ago. You feel me? Oh, I gotta come with my firearm. I'm wearing, $100,000 worth of jewelry. Who gonna protect me? And I got my Louis Vuitton purse that has yeah. I'm like, yo, face tattoos and everything, but they got their Louis Vuitton purse with their $50,000 in one, so they could go throw it. You feel me? I'm like, yo, and I like to, sometimes, I'll try people. You feel me? I'd be like, hey, sir, can I check your purse? I had a guy, he walked past me. He's like, oh, dude think he funny. Nah, you the one walking around with a purse.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, can I check your Gucci purse, sir? Sorry, any weapons, firearms, drugs in here? Okay. Oh, I do see a lot of money in here in your purse. Have a good night.
Your Gucci purse.
Yeah. And they feel some type of way. Nah, you should feel some type of way rocking a purse, man. Right. You feel me? So, but we live in different times now. You feel me? You can do whatever you want. You feel me? I don't care what you do. But
Be careful, you might get canceled.
You feel me? So,
you ever met any celebrities or well-known people in some of these clubs you've worked at?
So I've met a lot of celebrities in my life.
Yeah.
And, and had to put a lot of celebrities in check too.
No.
So,
I'm not surprised, but okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to let you know, when it comes to me and my crew, you don't get no pass. You feel me? Like, we don't care who you are. Mm-hmm. You could be whoever. I don't want to say a name, but, most likely your favorite rapper has definitely been checked by myself or with somebody from my crew, 100%. Also, too, we've bodyguarded, a lot of people in the industry as well. So I seen it all because I worked at a bunch of high-end clubs that your top names will come through there. You feel me? But it's definitely, it's a cool experience to see celebrities in person because when you see them, you're like, damn, this guy's short as hell. Like, man, TV got him looking like The Rock. Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
And then also, too, like, I'm going to be real. A lot of celebrities be cool. The problem is the entourage. The entourage would be like, yo, I'm with so-and-so. Da-da-da-da-da. You got to let me back here in the VIP. I'm like, yo, hold up. Like, that's not how you come at me, bro. Like, you feel me? Like, you need to relax or you're going to get checked. Yeah. Yo, the celebrities be cool as hell. Like, they know that you want to meet them and have a good experience with them. So a lot of times, like when you meet them, they'll shake your hand, hey, say what's up, maybe snap a photo with you and stuff like that. But I have met, I say at least over 200 celebrities that are very known and bodyguarded or did some type of detail for them.
Wow, awesome, man. So of course we transitioning. So you bodyguard, very extensive background. So hey, man, that's good to know. But what made you get into DJing?
All right, so the whole DJing thing, like I never even thought about doing DJ. You feel me? Like I was just working the club, just chilling. DJ would play music. I'd be like, yo, this song is hot, whatever. And from working different type of clubs, you work the hood club, you're like, damn, I like this DJ. I like the way he plays. Then you have other DJs that you just think that they suck. Like, you feel me? I'm like, yo, this is the wedding DJ right here. Like, you feel me? Like, this is the wedding DJ. Like
the wedding DJ.
Or the DJ that takes everybody's request. Like, okay, like one song I hated. Oh man, what's the song? Man, I can't remember right now, but I hated this song, but whatever. So whatever. So later on, just peeping game, I'm like, man, I built up like my own playlist over the years, watching different DJs and just putting stuff together, and just hanging out with friends. I'm like, nah, this song is going to hit and this song is going to work and this song is whatever, because I would see other DJs play, throughout the club. And then I just started asking DJs, like, I'm like, yo, how much does that little equipment cost? How much does that cost? How much is whatever? And, then in the club, I was mostly like the roamer, was the person that walks around. So I would just start hanging out in the DJ booth and just asking questions. And then it's like, yo, the DJs put me up on game. And they're like, yo, you should buy this laptop. You should buy whatever. And I just started practicing at the house. And then, just posting myself and just started doing gigs. And you feel me? So that's pretty much how I went from just being a bouncer to starting to do the DJ thing. Plus, also the DJ thing is like, it's more fun.
Yeah.
As a bouncer, you got to be tough all the time, man. You feel me?
Yeah.
And who wants to be tough all the time? Like, that drains you. I mean, that drains you.
Yeah. True. So what was the first piece of equipment you got as starting a DJ?
So the first equipment I got is it's a controller that I got, and I got off of OfferUp, and I got it for like $300. So I was so happy to get it for such a low price. You feel me? And then from there, like I just was sitting on the equipment because you gotta like just any business you do is like you gotta invest a lot of money. You need speakers, you need the music, you need the laptop. Apple ain't cheap.
Yeah. But what's a controller? Like what does that do?
Also, it's just basically it's a digital controller, and that the controller is basically like the turntable. So it has two different turntables, and then it has like buttons and stuff like that you could press and to do the sound effects and to mix over and stuff like that. Then later on, then I got myself turntables and then a mixer, and then you start getting to the whole DJ thing. You feel me?
Okay.
And then before you know it, you got $1,000 of equipment. You feel me? Because you buy one piece at a time, which what you could afford. You feel me? But I think it was well worth it.
So with the controller, like I know it's the round,
the jog.
Because I see a lot of DJs with that, like, and I see them like I guess do that with one of the round parts, but I don't hear the scratch. Like, what's the purpose of doing that if?
Okay, so what's probably happening is that they're lining up the next song, so they're counting the bars in their head. 16 bars to the next song, so the jog wheel is moving, so then they can transition over to the next song. Because if you start off at the beginning of the song, those songs they have intros. It needs to come in at a certain time, so then the vibe of the party continues to be the same. And then, they're also watching out beats per minute. Like this one might be, 88 beats per minute, while the other track is at 128 per minute. So then they have like the tempo to line it up with each other and stuff like that. And plus, like, they're going through a bunch of songs, like, scrolling down or whatever. They're looking at the mood of the party, this and that. Plus, you may have a bunch of annoying people coming up to request a song that you're going to play, but it's not ready to play at that certain point in time. Like, can you play Rihanna, whatever? I'm like, I already played it. It's coming up. That's going to be prime time. You feel me? Like, this is a prime time song. I'm just not going to play it for you right now. Like, honestly, I don't like requests because it takes away from the creativity of the DJ, which already knows how to build the night up. Like, he sees, the people coming into the bar, 20 people, and you're not going to play a primetime song then and there just because you're in the club. You feel me? You're building up to a certain, it's like a sandwich, you got to get the bread and you got to get the meat and the tomatoes and the whatever, and then salt and pepper, oil and vinegar. And then, and then we about to go have lunch. We about to go ham. You feel me? Yeah. Well, we don't go ham over here. We kosher, we keeping it Kadesh.
Right. Okay. Man, so, and I seen on your Instagram that you've done a lot of DJing gigs. Yeah. How do you normally get your gigs for the ones that's trying to get into the DJing and they can't really, get people?
All right, so to be honest, the way you're going to get your gigs is probably doing one gig or a couple gigs for free. And then from there, people are going to notice that, like, yo, this person's good. Like, let me get their information. And it's kind of like a snowball effect. Gotcha. And then from there, you be like, then you start getting booked. And then you're like, okay, I got a party December 18th, then I got this over here, then I got a store opening here, and then you're like, damn, this is working out. Like, you feel me? So, and that's pretty much how it works, because sometimes, you post to the internet and, people may, hit a like, but they don't need a DJ. You feel me? Or they rather just, use a wireless speaker and just let it, play off their phone or whatever like that. But the experience is different. You feel me?
Okay. Well, I mean, sounds like most businesses, you got it's like referrals. You get that. You do the first couple gigs for free.
Yeah.
I did photography before. Same thing.
Yeah, it's a snowball effect.
Snowball effect. You do one, you got to do it for free, and then people start to recognize. Okay. Yeah. So, what was the last DJ gig you've done?
Last night.
Last night. And what type of event was it?
Basically right now it's Halloween in Miami, which is my favorite time of the year. You feel me? So I love Halloween. Like, Miami has been known for Halloween, like, since back in the day. Coconut Grove used to be like the spot. Right. Then, to the beach, to Lincoln Road. And then now it's like Wynwood's the spot. Everybody in Miami, they get dressed up, and he's like, it makes you feel like a kid again. You feel me? So I just love Halloween in Miami personally. So this week I was doing a bunch of Halloween events. Private parties and stuff like that, which is, to me is a bunch of fun.
Okay. It's kind of funny. So have you ever did like a DJ gig and it's like, hey man, you're the bouncer, bro. What you doing doing DJing? Like, what?
So you know what? So other people they know me as the bouncer, like, yo, you're DJing now? Yeah. I'm like, yeah, man. Like, you feel me? Like, oh, okay. Like, you feel me? Like, when did you start DJing? Like, you feel me? So, 100%. Like, for people that recognize me and that. But you know what? Like, all the DJs that I know, they influence me. You feel
Yeah.
me? To want to do this. Cause you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Like I've been in the club industry for a long time, but I never thought about DJing. Never even crossed my mind. But like I reached out to people in the the Instagram community, and I'm like, yo, you inspired me.
Yeah.
Or like I took something from you from the days that I used to just be there, just bobbing my head, and I'm like, man, I love how this person plays soca, or how this person plays reggae or dancehall, or how DJ Nasty 305, how he plays Jeezy, like how he just goes whatever, or how DJ Effects, DJ Bulletproof, like. Like I feel like I picked up from all of them, and I appreciate them, and DJ Papa Keef too, like, so like, you start watching these people, even when they do radio stuff, and it's like, man, I'm picking up gems because, as a bouncer, I have a mentality. Sometimes I'm not that friendly.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And then now being like a DJ, you kind of got to be friendly. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it also pushed me out of my comfort zone, but which was a good thing. I never had social media until like 2 months before the pandemic. Never social media.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Yeah.
Like I'm just like, you're in my circle, you're in my circle. You feel me? Like that was pretty much it.
Wow.
And then when the pandemic happened, I'm like, now I wanted to be a DJ, and the pandemic happened. I'm like, I got all this equipment and everything shut down. Like, what? Like, how am I supposed to DJ? Like, you feel me?
Wow.
So, it's kind of funny, but like, social media kind of made me open up a little bit, and I shared like a lot of my life, but not all of my life, So I got a lot of good feedback off of social media,
Okay. And you ever did like, I guess, club gigs with DJing as well, or?
Yeah, so I've done a couple, like, I have a friend, like, like they're DJing, and they'll let me come in, and then I'll spin for like an hour and whatever. I just love the energy.
Okay.
You feel me? I prefer that because, man, when you do mobile gigs, you sweat. Because you got to load your speakers, you got to do this, you got to put out your tent, you got to do all this stuff. And then it's like, now when everything's over, you got to break all that stuff down and put it away. It's just cool to just pop up to somebody else's event. And then it's just like, sure. Like, you feel me? Like, you giving me a break. And I'm like, and then I'll get that exposure and experience and then get to meet people as well. Okay. You feel me?
And you usually go alone as far as doing the DJing, or you?
Yeah, I think it's like, for me personally, I like to go everywhere alone.
Yeah.
Because when you try to go places with a bunch of people, like, you feel me? Like, I got this person, and then he's like, now you got to worry about if they're having a good time. Like, I just need to focus on myself and my craft. Yeah. Like, you feel me? Yeah. And then also too is like, when people actually see that you're good, they're like, damn, he's good. Mm-hmm. Like, like, we should definitely bring him back. Or like, hey, or people trust, like, if they can't do a gig, then they can hit you up. So like, man, I love to get like, a call from somebody like, I can't do this gig. Are you able to do it for me? Like, sure. Or like, man, I can't because I'm booked myself, But like I said, it's a domino effect, it's a snowball effect. Like, once people see you and they need a DJ. Mm-hmm. But sometimes also too, rest in peace to the conversations that ended because your price.
I can relate.
Like, this is work. Like,
I can relate. Hey.
Because you know what? When it comes to the club, and we're gonna talk about this in the documentary, it's like people come up to the club and they expect everything's free. Like the person that doesn't own this building is not paying a mortgage or paying the rent. Mm-hmm. So you could just walk in, drink for free, entertainment for free, see the decor, the whatever, so you can, have that for Instagram or whatever. Like, that stuff is not free. Like, somebody paid for all that stuff to have the bouncer there, to have the bussers there, the bar back there, the bartender there. Like,
that's true.
It's a business. You feel me?
Yeah, that is true.
So
true. And like, what's your favorite type of music as far as DJing? Like,
so, I love hood music, You feel me? So, we gonna go play the 2 Chainz and the Rick Ross and, the Jeezy, and we're gonna turn it up, and I'm gonna say, it's time to make that money and blah, blah, blah. And, 2021 was such a horrible year, but you still a winner and da-da-da. Like, you feel me? So I like to build that momentum. Obviously, I like reggae, dancehall, soca. I'm from the islands, you feel me? So we're gonna turn it up like that too, Yeah. We're gonna hit the air horns. Like, we gonna turn up too. So I do like open format being, but I do play everything. I play house, I play it all. You feel me? I live in Miami. You feel me? So when you live in Miami, you should be open. The reggaeton, we're gonna go in. We're gonna keep it reffy 100%.
Yeah.
You feel me? So,
bro, what's that one song that you can think off the top of your head? And I mean, you hit that thing. And of course, I know it's the energy of the club, but that one song you put on and just everybody just go wow, just
it's probably gonna be Meek Mill's "Dreams and Nightmares."
Yeah.
You know, I used to pray for times like this. And like, it's definitely gonna probably be like that one time that that everybody's gonna be like, okay, hold up, and then people are gonna take out their phone, and then hold on, wait a minute, y'all thought out. Everybody's gonna turn up. Sparklers gonna come out. Shh. Like, you feel me?
Man.
So like, that's a time I'm gonna tell you, like, yo, don't go to the bathroom right now. Right now we about to turn up. Let's go. Like, you feel me? Hit the air horns. Like, we go, sirens gonna come on. Like, yeah, you know what it is. Like, you feel me? Like, we gonna make this a movie. You feel me? Because I want to make sure you feel like a celebrity. And when you left, you're like, man, yo, that DJ had me like, turned up for real. Cause like, I needed to pee, but I wasn't gonna miss out. You feel me? And then it's like, yo, as a DJ, like, you control the environment. You change it up. Now I want the swag, sir. I'm on it. And then everybody's gonna get really, really hype. And it's like, it's a good feeling to be like, yo, you could do that. You feel me?
Man.
Like, you could turn people up and whatever, and then it's like, okay, they had enough of that. Now you go back into the reggae. Out in the streets, they call it boom, 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 like murder. Oh, one blood, and it's just like, yo, you have that control. You feel me? And then people will be like, man, like, that DJ had me like really turned up for real. You feel me? And, when I think about the DJs that have inspired me, is like, that's what they did for me when I was working. You feel me? Like, I'd just be chilling there and working and be like, okay, they playing that Iceberg. They playing that Billy Blue right now. Like, ooh, like, you feel me? And it's like, make this way, like, you feel me? And I was like, yo, and also too, another reason why I got into the whole DJ thing, I was one time depressed, you feel me? And I realized that music brought me happiness, I remember one time, like, I forgot somebody saying something about Kanye West, right? They're like, Kanye, we don't care what you gotta say, just make some good music so we can get through our lives, like, you feel me? And it's like, like, music is therapy, you feel me? So it's like, you're on your way to work, you're like, man, I don't care to come to this job right now. But the song you put on, gives you like the motivation or like the coffee to get through your day, you feel me? So I'm gonna say you feel me a lot, you feel me? Because I'm from Dade County, 305, and we say you feel me, you feel me?
You feel me? So, it ain't a competition. I know so many DJs out.
Yeah.
The DJs that inspired you, give me your top 3.
Man.
Like, if you look at him and be like, oh man, yeah, like, top 3.
DJ Bulletproof.
Okay.
DJ Nasty 305.
Okay.
Oh man, what's another one? Man, there's so many, cause like, cause like, I like to stick to Miami DJs, you feel me? DJ Effects. What's another one? I gotta say one more. Nah, we just keep it like that for now.
Okay.
That's three.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Nice, bro. Nice. So we're on the podcast set. You already know we jumping into.
Yeah.
You do a podcast and you're about to start it up. I know we was talking behind the scenes, about to start it back up in January.
Yeah.
When did you start? When did you do your first? Matter of fact, we're gonna back it up.
Yeah.
When did you start doing the podcast? What made you jump into podcasting?
All right, so basically one of my homeboys that's on the podcast, shout out to D Wise, he was doing a podcast already, South Florida Radio, and after the pandemic started, he was like, yo, do you want to do the podcast? You're already a DJ, you're already spinning music. I'm like, nah, not really. I don't really care to talk about celebrity news. I really don't. You feel me? Like, I honestly don't care what Kim Kardashian ate today, or so and so is the best rapper, or what's going on with 6ix9ine. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know. But I guess maybe people may want to see what I have to say, because like a lot of times I'll probably just say like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, you feel me? But it was actually with the pandemic, we started doing the Instagram Live. Remember, everybody's going on Instagram Live. Even DJs were DJing live and stuff like that. So we started with the live videos, and then we're like,
the whole verses with the artists. And,
yeah. So that's kind of how it started. And honestly, I don't like to do the podcast.
Yeah?
Yeah, man. I'm going to keep it 100. I do like to talk about motivational stuff. You feel me?
Okay.
I feel like my purpose later on in life is to motivate people. You feel me? And I feel like that motivation is gonna come once I'm able to accomplish certain goals that I have in my life. But on the way, I want to keep it moving. You feel me? Because I want to be a success story to other people and bring people along with me. You feel me? Because my mentality has changed from the person that I was at 19 to the person that I am now. You feel me? Because it's like you never think like that you're gonna be a father. True. You feel me? Like that never crossed my mind. Like you feel me? Like, yo, one day I'm gonna be a father.
Yeah.
You feel me? Then it's like you never thought about real estate and being a homeowner and whatever, and then you know where you're at in life. You know? So so I kind of feel like later on my goal is to motivate people. You know, I mean, motivation is just a part of it because it's like 1%. The rest of it is really discipline. You feel me? So I'm trying to figure out that discipline in my life to, you know, have a successful story and inspire people so they could, you know, do the stuff they need to do in their self too. But that daily battle with yourself is the hardest one, man, but the most rewarding.
Yeah.
You know?
Agreed.
So,
yeah. I mean, that's one of the main reasons that I started the podcast. My sole purpose I had, and I still do it to this day, is a series that I do called From Nothing to Something.
Yeah.
And it's nothing but just testimonies. It's just motivation. There's so many people out there that's depressed. They got so many people that's around them that's not lifting them up, always bringing them down. They're just around the wrong people, and it feels like there's no way out. Been there, done that.
Yeah.
And you know, I share my testimonies, and I'll share here too. You know, I used to be an alcoholic, like nasty, to the point I've lost countless jobs.
Yeah.
My marriage was in jeopardy, making just stupid decisions, going to jail, getting locked up, gun charges, and just falling out with my parents, just all type of stuff. And I'm just like, man, I gotta make something happen. Like I'm just making bad decisions. It's all because of alcohol, you know. Yeah. And there's a lot of people that drink a lot of alcohol or drug addiction, drug abuse.
Yeah.
And it just, you know, it's just from depression. It's just deep rooted depression. You just don't know how to deal with it, and you just fall back on that substance.
Yeah.
My last drink was probably ending of 2015.
Oh, that's what's up. That's
in
what's
2015, cold turkey. Thank you, man. And you know, just started going to church, just started changing my life around, and I just want to just do stuff like that. You know, just motivational. Do a podcast that just, you know, uplift people, positive messages, and it's so much negative that you turn on Instagram, you turn on the TV, it's just blunts in there, drinks here. I got 3 baddies right here, and that's supposed to be the life, but it's nothing like that, you know. And it's just a facade.
Definitely, I'm gonna agree with you on that. You know, my whole thing is I want to break a mentality that some people think that is supposed to be positive. You feel me? You got people growing up thinking it's cool to be a murderer. It's cool to just, you know, smoke blunts and drink alcohol and promote an unhealthy lifestyle. Like a lot of people don't know, I don't drink alcohol. You feel me?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I do got a bad habit. I overeat. But, you know, like I don't drink alcohol. So even when I'm DJing an event, like somebody comes up, hey, we got this. I'm like, yo, let me pour you up. I'm like, nah, I don't drink. They're like, you don't drink right now? You're taking a break? Like, oh, like, you know, you got to wake up early tomorrow. I'm like, nah, I don't drink because I seen what alcohol does to people. You feel me? That's why I'm going to tell you, party responsibly. You feel me? Like I go out all the time. You know, I feel like there's no problem going out, but it's like, it's all about being responsible. You feel me? When you live in a destructive lifestyle that you're not being responsible, you know, like Miami runs off of cocaine. I'm gonna let you know. Like, you know, you go to the bathroom, there's like 3 guys in the stall. Like they're not, you know, taking care of themselves. They're being irresponsible. They're over drinking. You feel me? And they're living a destructive lifestyle. And you know, like growing up, I felt like I was living a destructive lifestyle of thinking maybe a certain mentality is cool and whatever. And it's like, honestly, I probably should have been in school, learning how to invest, how to do stocks. And then it's like now, you know, we live in a different era that we have exposure to like YouTube University and Google Academy and stuff like that. And we're being more exposed to how to make generational wealth and change things. You feel me? Because, you know, I grew up, no mother, no father. You feel me? Gang culture, you feel me? Even if you weren't in a gang, just the gang culture, set culture, whatever, stuff like that. So it's like the reason why I was able to do this bouncing lifestyle, I grew up throwing hands, you feel me? And it's like, yo, you had to throw hands growing up just to prove your manlyhood or whatever and stuff like that. But definitely we need more positivity out there, 100%. You feel me? And that's what I want to do is like, yo, I want to make money my way. You feel me? It's like, hey, like this guy is tatted up. He's an amazing father. He's an entrepreneur. He owns multiple properties, and he's not, living a horrible lifestyle, like you say, smoking blunts, doing this, living crazy. You feel me? So I think that's my goal at the end. You feel me?
Yeah.
Now, play some music for people, work on this documentary and stuff like that, and inspire people.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Fire. Okay. All right, and we're gonna go to a little bit of just a tad bit of politics, just a little bit. I hate to talk about politics, but it's nothing too crazy. Matter of fact, what you think about the vaccine?
All right, man. So I ain't for the vaccine. I know a lot of people probably gonna hate me for that. You feel me? Yeah. I've just been one of those people, even before the whole YouTube stuff that would talk about Illuminati and all this crazy stuff, and the 13 families and the Bilderbergs and all this stuff. And also too, being a black man is just like, yo, I don't trust it. You feel me? It's like, we had the Tuskegee experiments and, how they put crack in the community and how, I just don't trust our government. You feel me?
Yeah.
And also too, from a religious standpoint, people that are in the Rastafarian community and stuff like that, we don't believe in vaccines at all.
Yeah.
And a lot of people in that community, even before this whole pandemic, have not taken any type of flu shots, vaccines. They have vaccines exemptions for people that don't know about vaccine exemptions because it's against their religion or their religious belief with their God. You feel me? So I'm not for the whole vaccine.
Yeah.
That's just me personally. I'm not saying, and I'm going to, disclaimer, I'm not educated on this. I don't know what's in there. I'm just know I've been surviving, and all the crackheads that I've been seeing, down US 1, they still there. They touching everybody's dollar and whatever, and they look strong. And I'm pretty sure they didn't go to no, CVS or Walgreens to get their shot. And I'm like, yo, dude out there looking strong, I'm keeping it strong too. You feel me? But if you lost somebody to COVID, my condolences and stuff like that. It's your personal choice. Yeah. For me, it's just not for me. You feel me?
Same here, man. I don't.
I could go down that rabbit hole of like depopulation and in 100 years we went from 1 billion people on the planet to 7 billion people and the resources and this and that, and we can't sustain the abuse that we're doing to this planet. Like there's a lot of stuff that's going on in the world, like racism and this and whatever like that. But our biggest problem is actually the global warming crisis and stuff like that. Because if we don't take care of the planet is not going to take care of us. Yeah. So that's our biggest problem to worry about.
Yeah. Okay. Speaking about another problem, especially here in South Miami, but I think Florida period, man, is properties, man. And housing market is going skyrocket, man. It is crazy.
Yeah, man. So
what do you feel about that? Where do you think that's coming from? I got a general idea, but I want to hear what you think.
I mean, personally, I'm disappointed because I'm a property owner and, I was looking forward to buying another property. You feel me? But now that properties have gone up $100,000, it makes it impossible for, a blue collar worker to obtain a property that is now was last year $400,000. Now it's $500,000. Like $500,000 to still stay in a bad neighborhood. I saw a funny meme or TikTok, and it was like, oh, this house is going for like $475,000 in Opelika, and the house was like a big It was like torn down, it was horrible, you know? And I'm like, man, $475,000 to live in Opelika to deal with.
That's crazy, man.
Bad schooling, gunshots. It's like, what am I getting in debt for? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Wow.
And then even if you maybe have a good house, it may still be in a bad area. You feel me? Yeah. So I'm like, yo, it's not worth getting, $500,000 in debt, it's like when it comes to home ownership, especially for people our age, it's like I seem like it's almost impossible if you already don't own something or have some type of money already laying around or have been lucky enough to have a decent amount of money or equity into something to actually just go ahead and buy a home of your dreams. You feel me? And then I would say move out of Florida, but it's like now the houses even outside of Florida has jumped 50, 60, 80, 100,000 because, I was considering Texas or just moving up to Orlando. But keep it 100, like Dade County is my home, man. Yeah. I have a love and hate relationship with the city, It's like, this is Miami. Beautiful homes, but too much. beautiful women, but they're gold diggers. Like, so it's just like, it's like a love-hate, man. It's like, like, yo, there's so much to do here. It's like, I lived here my whole life and still haven't experienced everything. And then it's like, man, depending how much money you have, the experience in life could be even better. Like, it's like you do something, but you're doing it on a different level from the way somebody else is supposed to do it. Not trying to, glorify money or anything like that, But it's just like, man, there's just so much to do.
Yeah. I work in the insurance industry.
Yeah.
So I get callers all the time. We call them snowbirds.
Yeah, they come down.
They come down and they buy up all type of property, and they come down and they got rentals here, rentals there, 4 or 5 rentals per customer. And it's like, huh. Of course, in Florida, there's no state tax.
Yep.
So it's like free reign for them. So they just buying up everything. And, it's noticeable. So everything skyrockets and they're steady buying up.
Yep.
So I just got a feeling that's definitely a cause for it.
This is paradise, man. Like, we got the weather here.
Yeah.
Like, I do not like cold, man. Like, I'll go to Colorado, do my skiing or whatever. You feel me? I do all that. Yeah. The black man skiing. Yeah, man. You feel me? This is another thing I talked about, the mentality. Like, growing up, you like, say you didn't want to smile in a picture because you were taught not to smile. Or like going skiing. Nah, that's for, a different type of people. We don't ski. Yeah. Like, you feel me? And I'm like, yo, man, I only got one life to live. Yeah. You feel me? Like, yo, like my friends, they call me Ice Cube P. Because Ice Cube, NWA,
of course.
Super Hood, F the Police, stuff like that. And then now he's a dude that does family movies. You feel me? So some of my friends, they see me like on Instagram is like, yo, you went from NWA to you the guy that does family movies. You feel me? I'm like, yo, that means I'm doing something. Like, like people see the change. Like you said, like, yeah, I used to drink, be like this, if you're catching charges and stuff like that means you were wilding, you feel me? Wilding. So then now when people see you, it's like, it's not the same person anymore. You feel me? Yep. They see like the change. I'm like, damn, man, like dude's living right. He got a podcast. He's doing this. Like his whole life has changed. Like, yo, I see the good in you. That means there's hope for them too. You feel me?
Exactly.
And it's like, yo, I want people to look at my life and they'd be like, yo, like he did that. Like he lives in a respectable neighborhood. He drives a respectable vehicle. He owns multiple properties. He owns multiple businesses. You feel me? And then it's like, yo, I actually care about people. You feel me? And that's the thing. Like a lot of people, they don't care about people. Yeah. You feel me? Like I try to treat everybody that I meet with value. You feel me? Like if like I may not talk, but once we have a conversation, you can be like, damn, yo, he a real one. Yeah. Like, you feel me? Yeah. Because like, yo, like, there's certain strangers that I met in my life, and the way that they come and they approach you, sometimes they'll shake your hand and give you a hug, and you'll just feel like, man,
embraced you.
And it's like, yo, like, when's the last time that somebody embraced you? You feel me? Yeah. When's the last time that somebody showed love for you without wanting something back in return? Yeah. Ever be like out and about and somebody's nice to you, but then they're trying to sell you something?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I got this timeshare. Yeah, like, I'm like, bro. Not just wanting to have normal conversation, like, yo, this is a pretty dope conversation, blah, blah, blah. Like, everybody's always trying to get something out of you. Yeah. And like for people like us, like, we always have to stay guarded because it's like, oh, I don't need you to use me. Yeah. And then it's like, that gets draining. And then also too, it's like, yo, you get hurt too. As a man, you ain't supposed to get hurt. You're supposed to be tough all the time. You ain't supposed to have no feelings. You feel me? Your girl could treat you some type of way. You got to swallow it up. They can treat you some type of way at the job. You got to swallow it up. Like, you feel me? So, but like, yo, my objective in life overall is to bring other people happiness as well. And, spread love and positivity at the end of the day. And that's the whole reason why, like, I switched over to the whole DJing thing, because it's like, man, there's some people that they're depressed, right? And you'll play a song that will bring them happiness. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Or there's some people celebrating their anniversary, their wedding or whatever. And it's like, yo, you were able to be a part of that happiness with the music that you played. You feel me? As a bouncer, I've been there for people's best moments and their worst.
Totally different side of the coin.
Yeah, man.
Nice, man. Nice. Well, that's definitely how you're going to get your blessings, man. I like to help people too, man. And that's what's up, man. That's dope, man. How do you feel that minimum wage is going to be going up $1 every year until, I think it's 2026, until we reach the $15 mark?
I seen this meme on Instagram lately, And I think people are holding like $10 in their hand and be like, this for an hour worth of work is disrespectful. And that's personally how I feel, you know, it's like, man, like we give these companies so much of our time and our energy, because it's not just the 8 hours that you punch in. It's like the time before going there, the time after you leave there. And it's like everything is going up. Like you're like, bam, this bottle of water was $1, now it's $1.20.
Inflation.
So, you know, the inflation is ridiculous. So I'm into crypto, into Bitcoin. You know, I personally believe in, you know, Bitcoin is the future.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, Bitcoin takes care of inflation, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, like the illusion of like, you know, the government trying to help you is an illusion. It's there to keep you, you know, trapped, you know, in the projects.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, oh, I live off the government. I get Section 8. Da-da-da-da. I don't have to work. Da-da-da. I'm like, okay. Now you're not going to strive to live in a better neighborhood, you know? So, you know, so you're not trying to strive to live in Pinecrest, Coral Gables, Star Island. You're going to stay right there in the project that they made for you because they're like, oh, you just give them this, they'll be okay with that. Yeah. You feel me? But look, I'm not okay with that. You know, like once you, you know, get exposure, you be like, man, it's nice to have a boat. I wish I could have my own boat. Why not? Like, yo, aspire to dream. Mm-hmm. But with the dream, you got to put in that work.
Put in that work, man.
And the thing is, yo, it's easier said than done, man. Because like, man, I'll wake up, say like, you know, for me, like I like to eat. So it's like, I'll wake up and I'm like, okay, I got my water, drank my green juice, my sea moss, this and that. You know, 12 o'clock comes. You know, you're around other people like, yo, I'm going to go Popeyes. And you're like, man, my frequency just got lowered. Yeah. You know, and I'm like, man, let me go get that biscuit. And it's like, yo, and I realized the key to success is discipline, man. Like and discipline is also a form of self-love, yo. Yeah. So it's like, you know, like when you see people that are successful, yo, they have discipline, man. It's not luck. You're not gonna just get lucky. And there's so many talented people. Like there's so many great podcasts out there, artists that are like, they're putting in the work, they're investing their money, they're doing this, they're doing that. And it's just like, I don't know, man. Like the universe hasn't like did it for them yet. You feel me? Like, you know, but it's a challenge, man. You know, to yourself, to your brain, to people that are watching from the outside. Like, oh look, he started the DJ and he only DJ for a year and he gave up. Like, you feel me? I knew he wasn't gonna be no good DJ. Like, you feel me? He just should have stuck to what he's new, being a bouncer and knocking people out. Like, you feel me? And be like, so what? I'm not supposed to try? Yeah. Like, you know. So I forgot what the question was, but you know.
No. Yeah. I agree.
Back to the people on the minimum wage. Yo, if you want more, you gotta figure it out. Like if you're into fashion, yo, start a t-shirt business. There's places that they'll ship out your merch for free and they'll give you a cut. Like, you know, if you want to do a podcast, like there's, you know, podcast, you know, tools out there, and you know, but it's like you have to invest in yourself. And I realized like that the hard way, because it's like, oh, I started an Instagram that was for free. But when it comes to now buying stuff that costs money, that means you're serious about it. And a lot of times people don't want to put the stuff that costs money. You're like, man, this microphone costs $300. If you're serious about your dream, you're going to figure out a way to get that $300 microphone. You feel me? Yeah. But when you're not serious about it, you're like, I ain't going to, and that's why you're not going to be anything. Yeah. Because you're not putting in the hard work. Yeah. And the requirements, and the universe knows this. The universe, like, man, he full of it. Like, you feel me? Like if he really wants this, yo, he's gonna have to, you know, what's it called? Blood, sweat, and tears. Like, you know, it's like going to the gym. It's like, yo, I go to the gym 2 days this week, and I'm gonna cry that I didn't see no results. You feel me? Yo, the gym is like, yo, you got to strain the muscle. You got to do this. You got to do that. Also, too, when it comes to DJing, you're like, oh, my transition wasn't so great because you're not practicing. Yeah. You're not putting in the work. And also, too, like sometimes, so for some people that are putting in the work, maybe they're doing too much stuff. Like, you feel me? And sometimes I find myself doing that. I'm like, all right, I'm working my regular 9-to-5 job. I'm also DJing on the side. I'm also still bodyguarding people and still working the club. And I'm also still trying to push my merch, and I'm still trying to do this. And I'm like, I'm doing too much that I'm so distracted from getting one thing done. You feel me? Yeah. And sometimes you need to focus on just one thing. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Definitely with a lot of wealthy, successful people, man, they hard work. I truly believe in just like hard work. And through the hard work, you'll definitely figure it out.
Yeah.
And another key thing is just patience. Don't be so eager. Oh man, I gotta, just patience, because your time is gonna come. Some people get burnt out before that time comes, and it's like, I'm through with this. I didn't see results, and the results is like right there. You just had one more gig to do, or you had one more, and it's just you just get burnt out because, like you say, you're just doing so much. And it's just but yeah, hard work. And just patience, man.
Rick Ross said the other day, he was like, he doesn't want to move fast or something like that. He wants to move correctly. And sometimes like we're not moving correctly in life. You know, sometimes like I'll be working on something and I'm like, man, I get so eager about it. I'm like, let me launch it now. Even though I don't have step 1 and 2 done yet. I'm like, man, I wasn't moving correctly. That design wasn't even completely finished, or you feel me? Or the website wasn't even done yet. You feel me? Like, and you just start not moving correctly. And the whole patience thing, man, I don't have patience. Because it's like in your head, you feel like, yo, you're doing so much work, right? And you're like, where's my big house with the pool and Lamborghini? Like, and then maybe that's not what you need, because sometimes, we have so many wants and we forget about what we actually really need, because maybe you don't need a Lamborghini. Maybe you get that Lamborghini and it brings you trouble. Because now people is like, oh, he got a Lamborghini. Let me go break up his marriage. Like, you feel me? Like, oh, let me go.
Diggers.
Let me go break that up. So it's like, you might personally love a Lamborghini and Ferrari and whatever, but it may attract the wrong people. You feel me? So maybe that's not what you need.
And not only that, successful people move different, man. They don't own Lamborghinis.
Nah,
not a lot of them.
They own Teslas.
They own Teslas, or they own these little Kias or whatever. Like it's a bad investment, bro. It's just that's money talk. That's finance.
Nah, 100%. But yeah, you're right, man.
Yeah, man. Well, man, like looking at the time, oof, time flew. All right, man, and let me try to see here. If you think state tax was added in Florida. It's going back to the housing.
Yeah.
Would you think the housing purchasing would slow down, or you think?
The thing is, people still want homes.
Yeah.
It's like wherever you're at. Like right now, like I'm somewhere and I want something bigger and better. And it's like I still want to move. So would it slow it down for people that don't qualify? Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
But like I'm the type of person. I'm like, look, you gotta hustle hard enough to just make it. You feel me? Because like, yo, the government don't care about you.
Yeah.
You feel me? They don't care about you. They don't care if you live in, Ghouls, Overtown, Opelika. Like, if you want to live in a nice area and have the house of your dreams, like you got to figure it out. You got to become an entrepreneur, because no 9-to-5 and no salary job is going to cut it. I know a lot of people that they have, bachelor's degrees, doctorate's degrees, and they get paid salary and they don't even clear 100,000, and they're running, a department and managing a bunch of money, and they're not getting treated right.
True.
And, you need 2 people making over 100,000 to afford anything here in Miami that's decent. You feel me? Especially if you want to raise a family, and then those jobs take, a lot of your time.
Yeah.
And we got to figure out a way to make a passive income,
Yeah.
And, I believe in, cryptos and other type of investments, and we got to, figure that way out so we can also have a better quality of living, because, I feel like you're not successful until you're able to live your life your way.
Yeah.
It's like, there's certain people that I know, it's like they work from their phone, and they're able to wake up in the morning, drop their kids off, go for a jog, go do tennis, do a couple stuff from their phone, drop their kids off at swimming practice, have family dinner, and still work from their phone, and they're not stressed out. And I'm like, oh, they have a better quality of life. And then there's people that work 80 hours a week, making $100,000 a year, or making even $30,000 a year working an 80-hour week.
Yeah.
And they don't have time with their kids and their family, and they're able to do stuff. And then they're developing diseases and sickness and back pain and this and arthritis in their hands and whatever. Like, that's no quality of living. So we got to figure out a way, because I'm like, man, working the club, DJing, running a podcast, having a merch store, trying to figure out investments and, having that late conversation with your spouse at night, like, yo, what should we be investing in? Where should we move to?
Mhm.
You think we should sell this or buy that or whatever? It's like, man, we spent so much time on this, and then also managing whatever other problems you may have in your life.
Mhm.
That annoying coworker, your mom has diabetes, like, managing your own, sicknesses or mental health issues at the same time while trying to be successful with the pressures of life on top of that. You feel me?
Yeah.
So things could be overwhelming, And to
piggyback off that too, I think another thing too, man, is, and I know you talked about this too, is just the mindset, man. We grew up a certain way, or certain people grew up a certain way, man. It's just that mindset is just there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to school, man. I'm not finna go to college. I'm not finna learn about crypto. I'm not finna, man, I need money right now. And it's like, bro, change that mindset. You want and I understand, we have different cultures or whatever, but you want your culture to hold you back because of the mindset?
To piggyback off of that, I totally agree with that because, like, we're used to, like, I got to make the money right now. So it's like somebody calls you up, hey, I got this gig. Are you able to do it? It's $400. I need that $400 now. And then there's other ways of doing stuff. Like one of my friends, he does coding, Python and stuff like that. And he clears over like 200,000 because he now has a government contract and he doesn't leave his house. So it's like, we're so used to making money a different way. Like, hey, I work at, a warehouse, a truck driver, a mail person, and stuff like that, which is okay. Say they pay you $30 an hour. Man, that's great. But you're stuck at $30 an hour, even with annual raises, even with 3 weeks vacation, like you're stuck there. I'm not saying being an entrepreneur is for everybody, but I know for the lifestyle that I want to live, it's for me.
Yeah.
And what I mean by lifestyle, I mean freedom to be with my child, to give her, guidance and whatever like that, because we got to get away from this old system of like, like you're going to work here and you're going to do this and whatever. And the thing is, we're pretty much stuck because it's like you don't have that much free time for yourself to get out of this system. You feel me? And so it's like, man, it's like I wake up at 5:30 in the morning, right? Then you do your job, you do your 9 to 5, you drop your kids off, you pick them up, you cook dinner, whatever. It's 10 o'clock at night. Yo, you need to sleep.
Yeah.
Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like, when do you have the time to start a business? And also too, if you don't have the education, because I'm so thankful for, Google Academy and YouTube University and stuff like that. But sometimes even with that information being there, sometimes you may start something off wrong. Like, oh, I started an LLC, but you're supposed to do S corps,
right?
Or you started learning, the code yourself and whatever like that. Yo, right now coding is paying. You feel me? So it's definitely another wave of the future and stuff like that.
Of course, man. Of course, for sure, man. All right, man. Well, we definitely made it through. And I got one more thing for you.
Man, we good, man. We keep this running.
Yeah, it's a little fun game I always do after all my podcasts, and this one's called Pick One First Thought. So it's just a series of questions. You can just answer it as fast as you can. There's no right or wrong answer. You don't have to be all educated and just whatever comes to your mind first. Just hit it, and we're gonna go to the next one.
All right,
you ready? All right, and it's 10 questions.
All right.
All right,
Let's
5,
go.
4, 3, 2. Texting or talking?
Talking.
Would you rather be able to speak every language in the world or be able to talk to animals?
Every language in the world. I don't care about animals like that.
Invisibility or super strength?
Invisibility.
Who has it easier, men or women? Uh-oh.
Now you trying to set me up, man. You trying to set me up. If I say, oh man, I'm gonna say women. You feel me? And you're gonna be like, you don't go through childbirth and all this other stuff. Oh man, you set me up, bro.
I agree, by the way. So. Big dogs or small dogs?
Oh, big dogs.
Big dogs. If everyone in the world had to get married when they reach a certain age, which age would you pick? 18 or 25?
Oh, 25.
25. Climb a mountain or jump from a plane?
Oh, jump from a plane all day.
To kill a roach, are you spraying it with Raid or squashing?
Oh man, we finna step on that.
Miami.
Yeah, by the time I go find the spray, man, that roach gone.
If you had to choose a form of purchase, would you use cash or card?
Oh, card, man. It's 2020, 21.
Would you rather permanently drive or be chauffeured?
I like to drive.
Like to drive?
I gotta be in control.
Hey, man.
I mean, I guess chauffeur is probably keeping it easy. You could just chill back and do other stuff. I can see that, but man, you feel me? I gotta drive my Lambo when I get it.
Facts, bro. Well, man, hey, we did it, man.
That's what's up, man.
Hey,
I enjoyed this.
Hey, man, hey, bro, like you did it, bro. Like you ran it, bro. Like I didn't even have to like try. You just, man, you just so easy going, and you just the ideas are there, man. I really appreciate that, man. And
I had a bunch of more close stories. We'll be here forever.
Well, man, give me one more. Screw it, give me one more.
Oh man,
you ever seen death? Like I guess in somebody dying or.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, there'll be a body in the parking lot. Somebody gets shot. You know, police be out there. You feel me?
True.
So you just be like, damn, buddy got shot, man. Like, yo, this is Dade County. People got the thing about Miami people, we got attitudes. You feel me?
Yeah.
And nobody wants to be embarrassed.
Yeah,
so
true.
you know, you kick somebody out the club, they be like, all right, no, finna be back, and they come back with the chopper. You feel me? Or they air out the whole parking lot.
Street sweeper.
You know, like they ain't playing, man.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you know, I've seen it all. I've seen death. I've seen people overdose. You know, people literally like, you know, overdose in my arms, and then they come back, you know, the life with the music, like I'm like, oh snap, and then they'll pass out again, like, and then they'll come back. I'm like, oh, you know, like you know, this EDM week, you know, Winter Music Conference week and stuff like that. Like when we have all the house DJs and everybody's just out there, you know, fist pumping and stuff, and just, you know, they're just overdoing it. You feel me? So, you know, like growing up, like seeing this stuff for the first time, like when I go back in my brain, it's like, man, this is crazy.
Yeah.
But now it's just like, this is normal.
Yeah.
Which it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
You know? So when you just see stuff like, oh, like I remember one time, like you know, went out with my girl, she seen somebody passed out, like, oh my God, I got the medic. I'm like, he'll be okay. They coming. Like, you know, like, but he's dying. I'm like, they coming. Like, you see, they're right there. They got him. They put him on the stretcher. They gave him a little injection. They come back. Like, you know? And it's just like, yo, the club scene is crazy here in Miami. Yo, people come from all over the world. Like, this is Miami. Like, people, like, you know, you from Miami. Like, this is normal. But to everybody else, like, this is a very big place. You feel me?
It was Charlemagne the God. He said, oh, people that stay in Florida and Miami, man, it's the crazy stay down there.
Nah, man, it's crazy. So
that's funny, man.
But
well, man, like I said, man, I definitely appreciate your presence here, man. I know you're very busy, man. DJing, cryptocurrency, bodyguard, well, not bodyguard, club bouncer, and just merch, documentary that you're working on, and just so many other things. But thank you so much, man. I really appreciate taking the time out, man. And just
I appreciate being on the show, man. It was a pleasure, man. It was a pleasure.
And if you know anybody else that's interesting, realtors, people that own Airbnbs, whatever, that just want to just talk and have a good time, hang out, just let them know, man.
My girl's a realtor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. So,
oh, man. Oh, you gotta.
Definitely, we need that business. Hit us up.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that money comes to my household. So, so you feel me?
Okay. And shout out your Instagram, so people can,
Yo, DJ Pablo Maccabee.
Okay.
So you probably can't spell that. Pablo and then Maccabee, MACCABB. I mean BEE.
There it is. So. All right, man. Yes, sir.
Respect.
It is. It is.
Oh, man. Hope I wasn't talking too much.